What is up everyone, it's TechMP4. Today we're going to be talking about the PlayStation Portal, also known as a PSP. Let's go ahead and get started. Now before you ask about the title, the PSP is not forgotten. Well, maybe to you it's not, but when people think of handhelds, they'll probably think of a Nintendo Switch, or a Game Boy, or even a 3DS. Most people don't really think about Sony's PlayStation Portable. Now, even though this thing sold over 80 million units, it's still the last thing on people's mind about handhelds. But personally, I feel like this is the best handheld out there, considering it has really good games. Even though these have really good games like Mario games and Nintendo games, obviously those are really good, but these have more action games, you could say. But let's go ahead and start talking about this. Now, yes, they do have a PlayStation Portal now, but that thing absolutely sucks. I'm sorry, that is probably the worst thing I've ever seen. At that point, it's not even a PlayStation Portal. You can literally go on the PS app and stream it from your iPad or phone. That's basically what that is. And you need a PS5, not a PS4, a PS5. And you need to be close to your PS5 as well. It's not like the PSP where you can just pop in a game. No, it's not like that at all. I just personally think the new one absolutely sucks. But what about the PS Vita? I'm pretty sure that failed. I don't know. Now, personally, I really want a PS Vita to replace this because PS Vita has more of a game selection and probably better graphics than this, but I mean, the PSP is still really good. And there were actually 5 PSP models. The first one released in 2004 was the PSP 1000. The PSP 2000 was released in 2007. 2008 was the PSP 3000. In 2009 was the PS Go, and I would say that is probably the most forgotten one. But honestly, it's a cool, unique type of PSP. I love it. And there's the PSP E1000 Street, released in 2011. Now honestly, I kind of like that one, ain't gonna lie. And they also had a bunch of colors. Now the one I have is a PSP 3000. In order to check that, you have to go to the back and take off this back plate and take off the battery, and it will say it right there. For example, here's this video. Basically just says it right behind the battery. I don't know why, but yeah. A cool thing I really like about it is I like how it shows a whole menu with the PS3. I think that's pretty cool. It's literally a mini PS3, you could call it, but packed into here. I love it. I love this menu. Best menu probably there. Now, instead of taking cartridges like the Game Boys or the DS's, this thing actually took these little, I don't know what you would call these, little mini disc. And the PS3 also had movies. For example, here is the Terminator. I have Transporter 2. We got Die Hard 2. This one. Okay. But yeah, I really like that they have movies and games. It's like how the PS2 had PS1 games, PS2 games, and movies. First up, I love Twisted Metal Head-On the PS2, and I'm so happy they have it on the PSP. I don't know if there's any PSP fans that are subscribed to me, but I'm telling you right now, Twisted Metal, best game out there, for real. Now, surprisingly, you could actually hook up a camera to this and record with it. Here is a little sample of it. I don't have a camera, so I can't really try that, but I might buy one in the future, actually. And you can also put music on this thing, like you can with the 3DS or the DS. Let me play some music. So all you have to do is plug it into your computer or PS3 and just load up songs onto it. For example, here is I can't get copyrighted, so I'm not gonna play too much, but I love this music menu right here. I'm pretty sure everyone has heard the remake, but good song right there. Even got Humble on there. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but you can connect this thing to your PS3 and save your data and stuff, but for some reason, I don't think it works anymore, because I tried that, and I guess Wi-Fi has gotten too fast, and it doesn't let me do it anymore. I've tried, it said my Wi-Fi was too fast or something, too many gigahertz or something. I don't know. If anyone has a PSP and a PS3, can you please try that and put it in the comments? Now, before you ask, does this thing still work on the PlayStation Store and online features? I really couldn't tell you. It won't let me connect to the Wi-Fi in this thing. I don't know if it's too fast. I don't know if it's just this thing that's getting old or unsupported. I don't know. But again, please let me know in the comments. Now you may ask, what about graphics? Now it's been at a solid 60 frames per second, and I couldn't say really anything bad about the graphics. I mean, the screen, it's obviously not the best, but it's a 480 by 272 pixels, I'm pretty sure. I mean, yeah, the screen's not too bad, but the graphics are still amazing. I actually have God of War performs really well on this. The graphics are amazing on this game. Now I gotta say, the graphics on this thing look really similar to a PS2. I don't know if it's just me, but the graphics and the textures just look exactly like the textures on a PS2. I don't know if that's just me. If it looks the same to you, please put it in the comment. Now, yeah, I would say these have a bit better graphics than the PS2, but they look similar to me. I would say this thing looks amazing. I don't know about me, but I really love the look of this thing. And it has a mini joystick like the new 3DS did. Well, not the new 3DS, the regular 3DS. Buttons feel pretty good. And they have the 2 top triggers and the buttons down here. PlayStation button. Okay, we're keeping that to Spanish. We have volume. I really like this. Personally, I really like this little volume thing down here. Whatever that does. Oh, brightness. Okay. Music button. I don't really know what that does. Select, start. You know all that. You can put a lanyard on this thing. I just noticed that. For some reason, after owning this thing for 2 years, just recently I found out that this thing has a micro SD card slot. I don't know why I never found that out, but yeah. Now, I personally really like the look of this thing. Of course, I like how the 3DS does flip, but considering, I will say, the PSP does look way better than the 3DS. Let me open it up as well. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, I personally really like the look of this more than this. I like how it's glossy. I personally like the look of this better than the, competitor DS. Now, I especially love this cool little pop-up tray back here. I really love this. It feels satisfying to close. But I can't open it. Let's put in my favorite game ever. Twisted Metal Head-On. I don't know if this is gonna work, because this, case is a bit messed up. But just, I don't know, but mine makes weird noise. Hear that? Let me put it up to the mic. I don't know why it makes that noise. Maybe it's just that game. I don't know. But it's not popping up. I think that's just my game. See, yeah, I don't think it's supposed to do that. Yeah. What about God of War? This should work. I haven't really had a problem with God of War before. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's spinning. So I think it's just my game case on that. Oh yeah, there we go. See? Here we have the disc. Now, real quick, I will say, this was on the PS3 too. I mean, the PS3 as well. It had this cool album thing. It showed the game cover just slapped on, filled the whole screen. And I like how it shows a little video back here. I personally think that I love this idea. It's on the PS3 as well. I love it. I know it's not really a feature, but it's just something I really love about it. Let's play some God of War. I also love this PlayStation Portal screen. I just love everything about this. To be fair, I keep on saying I love everything. If you guys have a PSP, let me know in the comments. God of War, load game. This used to be my dad's, so there's no data. What? Okay, surprisingly there's no data. Maybe it got erased. Easy. No, I never played God of War. Surprisingly, as a PlayStation fanboy, I've never played God of War. Now, like I was saying, graphics look pretty good. I don't know what I was talking about. They look similar to a PS2. This looks better than a PS2. That's probably just on some games, but this game, like I said, it looks pretty good in graphic-wise. Now, one thing I love better about this than the 3DS, the competitor of this, is just the game selection. I feel like they have a more how do I say this? More M-rated games on here. Because 3DS has more Mario games, fun family games. This has more of, these type of games. I don't know. It also had Gran Turismo. I'm buying that for sure, because Gran Turismo is my favorite racing game. I'm gonna buy that for sure. Now, let's try a movie. Let's do Die Hard. Just take that out and put in the movie. It's reading, if you can't see this little icon down here. It's making some noises, I can tell you that. Okay, maybe, I guess not Die Hard. Oh, jeez. What about some good old Need for Speed? Die Hard 2, it looks like. I guess we're gonna watch some Die Hard 2 instead of... There we go, it sounds normal. I can hear it spinning. There we go. Okay, that was like just snap fast. Huh? Yeah, just like that. I can watch movies like the PS2 and PS3 could. Love that. Now, I don't have Gran Turismo, but I do have Need for Speed, Most Wanted. Most Wanted. Ooh, I love it. I love police chases in games. Don't take that literally. Can you please stop making that noise? Just like, jeez, man. Well, that did not go as planned. Mini little disc. I love it. I'm gonna have to buy a new one. Or just buy a game and just replace it. Yeah, you get the whole deal. Oh my gosh, she just flipped. Did y'all see that? I can see. No, graphics are okay, thanks. Anyways, graphics are not bad, actually. Now, I'm assuming Twisted Metal Head On is going to look the exact same as the PS2. But, who cares? That game is still... I'm just glazing that game at that point. It's such a good game, though. You guys really need to try it. I don't know if they still make that game, though. Is it on the PS5 or 4? I have it on the PS3 and PS2. And PSP, of course. Boo! I want to flip. Anyway. Now, this was released on December 12th, 2004. Fun fact, this was actually released on my birth date. Not my birth year, but my birth date. Now, after doing some researching, I'm pretty sure back then you can control your PS3 with this. So basically, you can play PS3 games with your PSP. I'm actually going to need to try that. And actually, from doing research, the PlayStation Store was no longer available. It ended on July 2nd of 2021. I didn't know that, but I guess you can't really use this for online anymore. Now, let's say you want to get a PSP. Honestly, if you want to get one, I say go for it. Because one, they have a really good variety selection of games. You can even play PS3 games if you have a PS3. If that even is still available. 2, the graphics are pretty nice. They're not too bad and they're not too good. 3, I like the look of it. I like how it feels in your hands. I like how compact it is and stuff like that. I like how it can watch movies. I like how it can connect to your PS3. I like how it can... Yeah, you get it. I like how you can play games, movies, and listen to music on it. And again, connect it to your PS3. But even if you don't have a PS3, this would still be a good little just console to have. For example, let's say, I don't know, Wi-Fi goes out. Again, you got this covered. It doesn't need Wi-Fi. I mean, I guess the Switch doesn't either, but... Actually, no, the Switch does for some games, actually. I tried to play Mario Kart once in class. It didn't let me. Now, I personally feel this is a great design. This is a great theme by Sony, and I'm really sad they discontinued it. And you may ask exactly why they discontinued it, considering, I guess, Nintendo and mobile games were just up at the time and probably better than this thing. So I guess that explains why they discontinued it. But still, the PSP Portal is probably the worst thing I've ever seen. Now, everything about this is amazing, but I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!